Okay, we are live. Good evening and welcome. I hope this is the first of three videos. I plan on making one tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday night. Kind of the end of my summer break, and I just thought I would live stream for fun. Don't expect many people to come by because just impromptu. I just announced it like 6 hours ago, and I realize in America it's probably like 7 a.m., something like that in California. So maybe 10 a.m. in New York. Maybe it's better for Europe people. I realize it's very early in the morning. Maybe I'll do the one on Sunday afternoon, and that way it can be later at night or something. We'll maybe change the time. If nobody comes to this one, then I'll know. Plus, it's Friday. It's Friday for me for about another 32 minutes, but it's Friday early on a Friday. So a lot of people have to go to work and other things. I just happen to be on vacation. So we do have one person in the chat already. That's Mike. And he actually, I think, has already left. So hello, Mike. Goodbye, Mike. Mackenzie, and he said that he can't stay in chat, but he left a nice message. So thank you, Mike, if you watch this later as a video. And what I'm doing here today is kind of inspired by Anthony Fantano, who's kind of a very popular YouTube personality who talks about music. And I also love this channel. I'll put it down here in the chat. It's called Tastes Like Music, and I like those two guys, Joe and Jason, over there. And they do these really deep dives. They do these listographies where they listen to every single album by The Who or Bob Dylan or Billy Joel or whoever it is, and they rank them all. I really enjoy that. I get a lot of suggestions. They do it by year sometimes too. I think they just did 1995, and so I got some good suggestions for new things to listen to. And so I saw Anthony kind of do a 15-minute video about this list that I'm going to bring up on the screen in a moment. And it's the 500 greatest pop songs of all time. And because I live in Japan and have since 2004, I feel like pop music and new music kind of stopped for me and was frozen in time in 2004, because as soon as I moved to rural Japan, I didn't listen to the radio anymore. And that's how you kind of hear new music, or you talk to people who are, oh, have you heard the new song by so-and-so or whatever? And I was obviously talking mostly to Japanese people, starting to appreciate Japanese pop music. And I really got disconnected from everything that was happening. And hey, Kyle, what's up? And moreover, back then, for some of you, I don't know if anybody young is going to watch this, but we didn't have any streaming services. iTunes had just sort of started. YouTube wasn't even a thing. So really, if you wanted to listen to music, you still had to buy CDs, and or if you, as iTunes started to be a thing, you still had to buy the music. You couldn't stream it. But you started to make playlists, but it tended to be music you already liked and knew because you had invested in it. So hearing new music sort of stopped for me in 2004. I would hear it from time to time when I would go home for breaks. But generally, even then, when I would go home back to San Diego in 2006 or 2008 or whenever it was, you're tending to turn on, the classic rock station, or in San Diego, we had the station called 91X, and it played kind of alternative. And, and then, of course, even as I got a little older into the 2010s, 80s, my era, really, because I was born in 1969. So I really grew up in the 80s. That era became classic, like that became its own kind of classic rock, in, new wave and everything. So there were stations that played a lot of 70s and 80s, and you tend to listen to that instead of what's new and what's the new pop song. But I do have a niece who was about 12 when I moved to Japan, and she's in her 30s now. And she would play new music, and of course I would hear new things from my students who liked American music. But when I go down this list, I think it's just going to be funny how many songs I've never heard before, and they're on this list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. And my guess is there's a bunch of them that I've never even heard of, or maybe I've heard once, type of a thing. So that's kind of what this is going to be about. We're going to look at it. I'll give my opinion on some of the great songs that are on there. Yeah. Okay. So Kyle's in here. Mike's in here, living in Taiwan. Yeah, I don't listen to any Japanese radio. I do like J-pop. And kids will play me stuff, and and I'll hear songs. And especially the first kind of 5 years I was here, 2004 to 2009, when I was a Jet, you could go and rent CDs at a local shop. And so I would try, the kids really like this group called Green or Orange Range or HY. And I would try, and I do like some of those groups still. But even now, when I play like my Japanese music that I like, my kids now who weren't even born when I first moved to Japan are like, Jason, yeah, that's like before our time, dude. Like, and so I have no idea K-pop and I like all that kind of stuff. I know who Blackpink are. Of course, I've heard BTS, but yeah. What's up? About to eat with grandma for my birthday. Okay, well, very nice. Enjoy. I'm glad you're here. So anyway, so as I go down the list, and if I say, hey, I've never heard this song before, if you know it and you happen to be here and in the chat, leave me a comment and say, hey, that's actually worth checking out. And I've got a little notebook, a little pen, and I'm going to write down some of the songs as we go. And I'll try them because, I can just ask my Apple Music. I'm not going to do it here live because of copyright and all that, but I can ask it to play any song, obviously, and listen to it and then go, oh yeah, I've heard that, or, oh, that's not really for me, etc. The Numa Numa song, yeah. I know some of the J-pop that I was really huge when I first came, the kids don't really know it at all anymore. Or they'll be like, oh yeah, my mom and dad like that, because of course I'm old. I could be the mother, I could be the father of any of my students. So, okay, so let's get into it. One thing I should tell you about this list is it's called the best pop songs of all time. And they use that word deliberately. This is a Billboard list. Billboard is a magazine in the United States that tracks record sales and popularity. So it's not the Rolling Stone list. The Rolling Stone list, I think, took into consideration historical significance, and there's a lot more rock on the Rolling Stone list. After Anthony talked about it, I just went and looked at 1 through 100, and I was pretty shocked at how much music on there. I was like, wow, that's really better than this Bob Dylan song or this Led Zeppelin song, or, obviously, I love the Beatles. I love Elton John. I love the Police. So I was a little perplexed. But when you read their definition of what pop means, it's something that was popular, that's catchy. It's a pop song. But there is hip hop on the list. There is R&B. There is some rock. There is some Beatles. But yeah, it's kind of like popular songs. And so we'll see as we go. And it was picked by their staff. So not necessarily musicians or record producers or those type of people, but all of the 8 Billboard staff were like, and I'm assuming they're all probably younger than me, most of the staff. So they grew up in a more modern time. I think there's going to be a lot more modern music on this list. I think this list was published a year or so ago than I would have on my personal list, of course. So yeah, so one of the people in chat, said he was born, or she was born in 1993. So they grew up in basically the 2000s, right? The aughts was when they were year 7 to 17. So I was born in 69. So I was, in 1980, I turned 11. So from 11 to 21 is the 80s for me. And that's really when my musical tastes kind of, and And if so, the Beatles were not that long ago. I remember the issue of Rolling Stone that came out in 1987 celebrating 20 years since Sgt. Pepper came out. And I was 17, and that and some other things, I was really into the Beatles, but that wasn't that long ago. Now, if a kid who's 17 gets into the Beatles, it's 50 years ago. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. All right, here we go. Victoria's in here. Hello, Victoria. All right, thanks for leaving chats, guys. Okay, so let's jump in. So I'm going to share my screen. I hope this works okay. And I'll jump back to check on comments from time to time. Okay, best pop songs, share. Get rid of that. All right, so it's a black screen. Oh, no, you can see it. Good. Okay. So this is it. Staff list. 100 Billboard Hot 100, kind of like the top 100 songs of any given week in America, and we're just going to go through what I hope to do is do a video today, a video tomorrow, and a video Sunday. And today is going to be like 500 through 300. Then we'll go 300 through 100. So we'll do 200 at a time, and then the last 100 we'll spend some more time, and we'll make that the last video. All right, here we go. They're the Beatles, yay. Okay, so this is explaining how it works. And I'll leave, of course, this link down in the description, and you can check it out if you want to skip ahead, but maybe come and do it with me. Okay, so right at number 500 is the Macarena. Sure, okay, yeah, I mean, it's a classic. It's not a song I think I would ever play, just like to listen to, but the dance craze, and it still makes people, at a baseball stadium or whatever. All right, we're gonna probably have to go through New Kids on the Block. Okay, I remember that song. That's 89. Wasn't really into boy groups, but sure. Never heard of Saturday Love, but this is 86, so that's when I should probably check it out. Don't know that one. Okay, Mickey by Tony Basil, huge song when I was growing up. That's 82. Hey Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey Mickey, and it's been used so many times in other things. Stupid Cupid. No, they're going way back. Okay, I don't know this song. This is from the 1950s. I've heard of Connie Francis. Demi Lovato. Again, this is like a newer artist. I've heard of her. I have never heard this song. Give Your Heart a Break. Okay. Oh, it's kind of laggy. All right. Are we caught up? Are we on Demi Lovato now? All right. Wonder if I could, how could I do this? If I put this tab, view tab. But that just, okay, that doesn't help me. All right, I'm just going to keep going. But yeah, do leave. Hey, Josh, what's up? Long time no see. Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to do this. I figured some people who used to follow my Argonauts channel way back in the day would see this and just want to check in and say hello. All right, so back to here. I don't know who Demi Lovato is. I've heard of her. If you think this song is worth me checking out, let me know. And you can leave a comment even after this becomes a video, and I'll check the comments. But we got a lot of songs to go through. Love, Jenny, 8675309. All right, Pharrell. Of course, I know who Pharrell is. I don't know this song though. Frontin', 2003. So that was just before I moved to Japan. Yeah, don't know that one. Okay, of course, Flashdance, What a Feeling, great song. Little Kim, I know from the Lady Marmalade song. I don't know this song, Crush on You. When's that from? 97? Yeah, I don't know that song. Berlin, Take My Breath Away, classic from Top Gun, great song, love it. Alice DJ from 2000. So this is before, never heard of this. Ella Mai, Booed Up. Never heard of this song or this person. The Dave Clark, Glad All Over. That's a great old 60s song. Okay. The Pretenders, Back on the Chain Gang, great 80s song. Love it. Oh, I mean, how can you go wrong with Tony Bennett, Left My Heart in San Francisco? I would think that should be higher, 485. That's a great song. He's great. Real McCoy, Another Night. Never heard of this. Is this rap? It's 90s. Don't know this one. All right, let's see how we're doing here. Okay, no other comments. Oh, wait. Okay, no other comments that it's lagging badly, so we'll keep going. Yeah, if one of these sticks out and you're like, oh, Jason, you should hear that, let me know in the comments. Oh, What I Like About You. I love this song. That's an all-time classic for me. That might be in my top 100 personal. Ciara featuring Somebody Goodies. Nope, never heard of her or this song. And that was about the time, September 11th. That's, well, I guess after the 9/11. It's not a terrible day to release a song. Crunk R&B track. Yes, yeah, I wouldn't know. I know the Shangri-Las, but I don't know this one, I don't think. Give Him a Great Big Kiss. I'd have to look. I'm going to write that one down. I'm just going to write down the number here so I can go back and find it. 481. All right. I'd like to know that one. First Class Beach Baby. Okay, I'm going to write that down. I've never heard this song. The songs that are, came out in the 60s and 70s, I'm interested to hear what they are if I've never heard of them. Debbie Gibson, of course. Tears on My Pillow, great song from Little Anthony and the Imperials. Is that the same as Lonely Teardrops? Tears on My Pillow. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Make sure I'm not confusing it with another song. All right, let me go back to the stream here. No new comments. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the thumbs ups. All right, what do we got? Just a Friend by Biz Markie. I know that one. Nina Sky, Move Your Body. Never heard of this song. I wonder how much of this is music that's not from America. Like, could be a Spanish song or a European song. I'm Too Sexy. I mean, sure. Wow, it hit number one. That's just kind of it's camp, but I mean, if YMCA is on here by the Village People, then I'm Too Sexy, I feel, fits right in with that. Christmas, Baby Please Come Home, definitive version by Darlene Love. She performed it on David Letterman year after year. Yeah, but that is a great song. Absolutely. Roddy Ricch, The Box. Never heard of this. So if you think I should listen to Roddy Ricch, let me know. Badfinger, No Matter What. I've heard of Badfinger. I'm not sure if I know this song, so I'm going to write that one down. 472. En Vogue, My Lovin', You Never Gonna Get It. Yep, love that song. Great bit of pop there. The Love I Lost by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes from Whoa. Okay, what happened? I don't know. My little light went out. Maybe it got too hot. Okay, I'm gonna let it cool down here for a little bit. All right, I'm gonna write that one down. 470. I don't know if I know that. I know. Usher. Yep, I know that one. Nope. Well, I know Luther Vandross. I don't know if I know Never Too Much. Wow, there's just some random stuff in here. I've never heard of any of this. Call and Response. Roxette, yeah, not my cup of tea, but definitely heard that one on the radio a lot. Yummy, 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 terrible song. I mean, this is the, when we complain about lyrics nowadays, and you listen to these are terrible lyrics. How did that become a number 4 song? Achy Breaky Heart. Okay. All right. Oh, wow, I'm really dark now. All right, nobody's in the chat. I'll just write hello just to make sure so I can have a little remember where I was. Oh, that sucks that light went out. I'll try to maybe. Yeah, it's just really hot. Okay. La la la. Oh, gotta go back. Okay. Me and You by Casey. Never heard of it. Oh, It Takes Two to Make a Thing All Right. Love it. The Girl from Ipanema. Great song. Bossa Nova, 64. Love that. My Prerogative. Very, very popular song. Just after, well, when I was in college, really. 89. Yep. Not on my playlist, but I've definitely heard it. Mi Gente from 2017. Never heard of this. So French and Colombian. Okay, so they are going outside America a little bit. My Boyfriend's Back. Classic 60s song. Wouldn't be on my playlist. Physical. I like Olivia Newton-John. Definitely grew up with her 70s stuff in Grease. Not a huge fan of this kind of song, but you couldn't escape it when it was out that one year in 81. It got all the way to number one. Promiscuous is a fun song. I really like Timbaland on that song. Nelly Furtado. Yep. Good song. Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber, Stay. Now, this is really recent, 2021. I mean, I know who Justin Bieber is, of course. I don't know who the Kid Laroi is, and I've never heard this song. So let me know if you think I should hear it. All right. No new. No new comments. We'll keep going. All right, I'm going to try to plug this back in now. There we go. Yeah, I think it just got really hot. I don't know why. Okay. Don Penn, You Don't Love Me, No, No, No from 94. Never heard of this. It's kind of interesting here. New Radicals, You Get What You Give. Now, that's like one of my all-time favorite. This is a one-hit wonder, of course, but really loved this song. That was just before I turned 30. Todd Rundgren, I Saw the Light. I feel like I should know this, but I'm going to write it down, 452. Yeah, not sure that I know that one. Never heard of this one. Clean Bandit. The Outfield, yes. Famous song from 86. Tyga, Rack City. Nope, don't know anything about any of that. Gloria, Famous, 1982. Great song. CeCe Peniston, Finally. Nope. All right, I'll write it down. I don't know it, but it certainly was around. I Melt With You, Modern English. This is one of my all-time favorite new wave songs. Great track on a lot of my playlists back in the day. Flo Rida featuring T-Pain Low. Now, this song I've heard. This song kind of, that's sort of MTV had started by 2008. I was starting to make videos on this channel. Believe it or not, that's how old this channel is. And I've heard this song. I couldn't sing it for you right now, but I could probably do the chorus. We Are Family. I mean, every wedding you went to in the 80s, they played this song. You can't escape it. Great song, though. Uptown Girl. Great Billy Joel pop song. House Jump Around. Love it. White Boy Rap. You got to love it. All For You by Janet Jackson. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I know Miss Jackson, If You're Nasty, but I don't know if I know this one particular song. Let me go back over. Oh, I got some new comments. Yeah, I think, well, in this list, I don't know if you can click on stuff. Obviously, I don't want to click on anything and go to a video where they're going to play the song. But yeah, like I said, if I sat here and did this right now, I could just yell at my HomePod and say, hey, play Janet Jackson, All For You, and it would start playing it. So when I go through these and I have all this, my list of numbers here, it will be easy for me to just quickly hear a bunch of these tracks. All right, let's go back. The great Aretha Franklin. I hope she's in the top. Respect should be in the top 10 or top 20 at least. But she should have a number on this list. But that is a great song, of course, written by the great Carole King. She should have songs on this list, I hope. I know who Toni Braxton is. I don't know this song. Joe Jackson, yay, one of my all-time favorites. Is she really going out with him? Not one of my. I know it gets, it's some people think it's kind of like a cheesy little song, but it's the one that really kind of got him noticed. But I think the other song that might be on here from him would be the song from Night and Day, "Stepping Out." But he's got just so many great songs, in my opinion. I'm a huge Joe Jackson fan. Maroon 5, yeah, I can see why they'd be on the list. That song I know. I'm Coming Out, great kind of crossover disco, type song with Nile Rodgers from Chic doing the production. Let the Sun Shine In, the Fifth Dimension. I got into the Fifth Dimension about a year ago and just started to really listen to their catalog, and I just love Marilyn McCoo's voice. And yeah, this is a fantastic song. Definitely. That was the year I was born. Walk the Moon, Shut Up and Dance from 2015. Never heard of that or the song. I'm assuming this is a band. Hit number 4, though. Ice Cube, It Was a Good Day. I do know this. Don't Leave Me This Way, another kind of almost proto-disco song. Thelma Houston, great song. More Today Than Yesterday from Spiral Staircase. I'll have to look that up. But Staircase spelled oddly. I don't know if I know that one. Dionne Warwick, Say a Little Prayer for You. Yep, great song. Steal My Sunshine by Len. That's kind of like the Radicals song, the new Radicals song. It's kind of this slice of 1999. Great little song. Definitely see why it would be on there. You Make Me Feel Mighty Real. That one sounds like I might know it, but I'm going to write it down anyway. 428. Jordan Sparks and Chris Brown. I've heard both these names. I think she was on American Idol, and he is just like a famous singer, but I've never heard this song. I could be completely wrong about their identities. Any new chats? Nope. All right. Chief Keef featuring Lil Reese. I don't like. Don't know any of those words. I Don't Like Mondays by the Boomtown Rats. That song I know. This song from 2012, never heard of it. Betty Davis Eyes, great 80s classic. Kim Carnes, love it. Love the raspy voice. Young Hearts Run Free. Now, I know the Rod Stewart version of this. So I definitely know this song. But here, I'm going to write this one down because I don't know if I've heard this version. 424. All right. Tattoo, All the Things She Said. I've heard it. Love this Alicia Keys song. Absolutely one of my favorites. Probably in my top 100. That's a great song. The Righteous Brothers. I absolutely adore the Righteous Brothers. You've Lost That Loving Feeling, Unchained Melody. Probably this one a little bit more than Unchained. It would definitely be in my personal top 100. This is a great, great, great song. Proud Mary by the Tina Turner version. Of course, the CCR song, but the way she does it, oh, fantastic. Definitely my top 150. Fantastic, fantastic. Bonnie Raitt, something to talk about. Good song for her. Lana Del Rey, I've heard her name, but I haven't heard any of her music. 2013, yeah, that's that kind of black hole for me. Definitely heard of her, but if you think I should listen, let me know. Number 418 in the comments. Let the Music Play by Shannon. I feel like I should know this if it's from 84, but I don't. 417. All right. Now, I will caveat that I am, of course, white. Surprise, surprise. And so there is, urban music and other types of music that I might not be as familiar with because it wouldn't have just come across my radar, as it were. Edison Lighthouse, Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes. Now, the reason this song is even in my like brain is uh, it's Stephen Wright saying this string of words in a Tarantino movie in Reservoir Dogs when he is the radio DJ and he says, "That was Edison Lighthouse. Love grows where the rosemary goes." And now let's hear blah blah. And then he says the next song. So let's see. It was also in Shallow Hal. All right, I got to write that down because I don't know if I've ever actually heard the song, but I definitely know of that song. Oh, Walking in Memphis. That's a great song. I think Cher covered it, but I think the Mark Cohen version is really good. Yep, Cruel Summer, Bananarama. Gotta love that one. Hall & Oates are one of my top favorites too. She's Gone. Hopefully they have more than just this song on the list, but this is a great song. They have so many great ones. Snoop Dogg, Drop It Like It's Hot. I mean, you have to know that one. That came out the year I left for Japan, but yeah, that song was everywhere. I do know that one. Lady Marmalade. Yep. How can you not know it? So great. The original too, more so than the cover for Moulin Rouge. Please, Mr. Postman. Of course, covered by the Beatles, but the Marvelettes version is great. Bad Girls. Donna Summer should have 2 or 3 on here. I mean, she just was so huge in her time. Bad Girls. I Love You Always Forever. Don't know this. Okay, 408. About halfway through. Never heard of any of these things. This is 2021. That doesn't surprise me. WizKid featuring Thames Essence. Nope. Mama Said Knock You Out. Love it. Have it on one of my playlists in my car. Great song. All I Want to Do by Sheryl Crow. Great song. Native New Yorker by somebody named Odyssey. Never heard of this. Okay, 404. Anything from the 70s that I haven't heard of, I want to check in on. Dancing in the Street. So many great versions of this song, but Martha and the Vandellas version. Also, well, the original and the best. Van Halen did it. David Bowie and Mick Jagger did it. Or the Band Aid, Live Aid album, I think, To Help Africa. Gonna Make You Sweat. I'm saying that like James Brown, but I do know this. Everybody dance now. Yeah, that was a very propulsive song when it came out. Stacy's Mom, pretty much probably because of the video. But yeah, that's a fun song. Okay, so there you go. All right, I will stop for a moment and go back. All right, let me turn this off for a minute so it can cool down. I'll be dark for a moment. Yeah, I mean, okay, so how many total did I have? Let's see, from the 400s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Okay, so 15 out of the first 100 are not songs I didn't know, because there was a bunch where I said, oh, I've never heard this before, but those are 15 songs that came out while I was sort of like living. Maybe they even came out before 1969, some of them. And I just want to be like, do I know that song? Maybe I do know that song. Because if it came out in the 70s or 80s or 90s, I should know it, I feel like. Okay, so we're going to jump in. Only 3 people in here right now, but that's okay. Like I said, the timing on this first one, not great. I'm just going to stay with late Saturday night, but maybe Sunday afternoon for the final list, and that'll be a little bit better time. So if you see this as a video and you want to come and check out part 2, it'll start at 11:30 Japan time on Saturday night. So Saturday morning for Americans, North Americans, Saturday afternoon for Europeans. All right. Okay, so let me jump back in. All right, and let me see. Actually, I guess I should do that the opposite. When I'm here on camera, I should have the light on, and when I'm just looking at the list, I can turn the light off, right? Okay. So let me share. Now, this is the the other list I was talking about to show it. This is the Rolling Stone list, the 500 greatest songs of all time. And there's actually a 3-hour playlist. No, not 3 hours, sorry, 33-hour playlist you can listen to of all 500 songs, which I would love to do. And it's obviously in chunks up here. You can, and here's the first song on their list is Harry Styles, and then so on and so forth. So, and here, because of Apple Music, Mike was saying, wouldn't it be great? You can play the full song. And it's powered by Apple Music. And so as you go down, there's pictures, and it's just a much better web produced list. But this list has a lot more rock on it and a lot more songs. The top songs are like Fleetwood Mac and Bob Dylan and Aretha Franklin and Motown and the Beatles and Michael Jackson. Whereas I don't think the top 20 in this list that I'm doing are going to be as rock oriented as Rolling Stone, which makes sense. Yeah, just need to spare 33 hours. Well, it'd be fun to have it on in the background. I do work sometimes and just have the radio, well, not the radio, but my HomePod playing and just to hear. But I'm sure you'd hear some song and be like, oh, no, please skip. So anyway, all right, so let's jump back in. So I will turn this off. Oops, I gotta go back here and share again. All right, let's get the next 100 done. Hi. Okay, so we're gonna go to 400. Nope. Where are we here? No, we're at 200 for some reason. Okay. Is it a black screen? No, you're watching me. Okay. All right. Okay, 400. Let's see if it works if I do it this way. Okay, good. All right. We're all good? Okay. 5 people. Hello, 5 people. All right, Mike's in there. Okay, Belinda Carlisle, of course. Heaven Is a Place on Earth. Huge hit for the Go-Go singer. Hopefully there's a Go-Go song on here. I love the Go-Go's, and they definitely have some great pop songs. Stevie Wonder, I gotta feel like is going to be on here at least 4 or 5 times. My Cherie Amour, great song. This came out literally a couple weeks after I was born in 1969. Great song. Gene Knight, Mr. Big Stuff. Mr. Big Stuff. Yep, great song. Know that one. Who do you think you are? Bobby Darin, Beyond the Sea. Classic, been used in Finding Nemo and many other movies. Pitbull featuring a bunch of people, Give Me Everything. This song I don't know, so if you think I should leave a comment, if you think I should listen to it, 396. I know who Neo is, because I like that one song he does about you left a message on my machine or something. I can't remember. And I've heard of Pitbull. I know who he is, but I've never heard that song. All right. Chaka Khan, I Feel For You. I love it. What movie or whatever was that in? I don't know. But yeah, that's a great song. Nelly, Country Grammar. Nelly is the It's So Hot in Here song, right? I don't think I know this one. But that was 2000, so I probably have heard it. It's Not Unusual. Yes, I love Tom Jones. Great song. This is a karaoke favorite of mine. I will sometimes pull out my best Tom Jones. 5 Seconds of Summer, She Looks So Perfect. Yeah, don't know. I think they're a boy band, right? 5 Seconds of Summer. Don't know this song, though. So if you think I need to hear it, 392. Chic La Freak. Yep. Nile Rodgers. Classic. Everly Brothers, all I have to do is dream, dream, dream. Yep, huge influence on one of my all-time favorite groups, Simon and Garfunkel. Paul Simon, I think, is often left off mentioning when they talk about great lyricists, and they mention, of course, McCartney, Lennon, and Bob Dylan, and maybe like Jagger, Richards, and other, uh, I'm going to forget people. Who's the Motown guy that wrote all the great Motown? Smokey Robinson. But the Everly Brothers, huge influence on Simon and Garfunkel, and yeah, I love this song. Lisa Loeb, Stay, yeah, from a movie, and became a huge hit for her. And then she made an album, and I really like Reality Bites. There's the name of the movie. Yeah, great song, love it. Johnny Cash, got to have some Johnny Cash on there. Haven't had much country on here, but Ring of Fire kind of crossover for him. So, all right, check in. We're doing good. All right. Cardi B. I've heard of Cardi B. I've heard of Bad Bunny. He's raps in Spanish, right? And J Balvin. I've never heard of that. I like it. Yep, 2018. If I could turn back time, great Cher song. Jonas Brothers. I know who they are, but like, the whole Disney Channel, all that kind of stuff, that's kind of after, my time. So yeah, don't know that song, but I've heard of them. I know who they are. Tom Tom Club, love it. Stop Making Sense, one of my all-time, I think is the best uh, concert movie of all time, and they perform it live. But of course, it was sampled in that Mariah Carey song. But yeah, I mean, it's just fantastic. Chris and Tina from Talking Heads. Big Punisher featuring Joe. Never heard of that. Bay City Rollers. My sister was a huge fan. 76, so I was about 7 years old, 6 or 7 years old. But yeah, Saturda Night. Great song, a lot of fun. Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood. Don't know that. I think she's kind of country, right? Was she on? I think she was also an American Idol type of person, I want to say. BTS, Dynamite. I actually like that song. I think it's a lot of fun. Bizarre Love Triangle. Okay. Hopefully, what is it? New or Blue Monday, hopefully, is on the list as well. But it has to have charted. And so maybe Blue Monday never charted, and this is the one that did. But they're both great. Walking on Sunshine, great little that to me is a pop song. That's just a little slice of pop that just makes you feel good. One of These Nights, yeah. I mean, there's lots of Eagles songs you could have on the list. Selena, of course, I know from the movie with Jennifer Lopez playing her. I don't really know her music, but I think I did see the movie, so I'm sure I've heard this song. Run Around Sue, great 60s classic by Dion. Push It, Salt and Pepper, know that one well. Iran, great. That's my go-to era there. Early 80s, Flock of Seagulls. Big Papa. So I don't know a lot of rap, but this is one song I know and I really enjoy. I don't know. I just like his style of rapping. Notorious B.I.G. I like More Money, More Problems. Big Papa, Juicy. He just has some really great. This is probably my favorite. So I can see why that's on the list for sure. Queen. I mean, endless Queen songs could be on this list. Another One Bites the Dust has got to be up here. Bohemian Rhapsody should be in the top 50, I'm sure, unless they're just kind of eschewing rock music. But yeah, Crazy Little Thing Called Love is a great little slice of Freddie's homage to Elvis. Adina Howard, Freak Like Me. Don't know if I know this. I'll write this one down because it's 90s. I should know it. 370. Okay. Don't know that I know that one. Pink, Raise Your Glass. Yep. No, that one's 2010, but I do know that one. I think my niece was a fan of Pink, and so I heard it when I went home one time. I know Work, Work, Work. Yeah, Rihanna. Okay. I don't know how, why do I know that song and not a bunch of these other ones? Um, but yeah, I've heard that one. Nope. Lollipop. Didn't somebody else have a Lollipop song like 50 Cent or something? But anyway, Lil Wayne. I've heard of Lil Wayne, but yeah, I don't know this song at all. Partridge Family after that. That's a funny follow up. You know Freak Like Me for sure. Okay. Mike is saying I probably know that one. All right. Is that the one that's like, your girl is a freak like me? Something like that. I don't know. I think I love you. Again, my older sister, who was born in '64, huge Partridge Family fan, and so yes, I've heard this song more than I probably want to. I love Blink 182, especially those first couple albums. This is a great song, All the Small Things. Great little power pop. See, now here I could get in trouble. I know no Swifties are going to watch this video, but I don't know anything about Taylor Swift. I know like two songs. I know the Booty song. What is it? Shake It Off, and like one other popular song. I've never heard this anti-hero song. I know, of course, all the famous stuff she's done in the past few years, the Eras tour and all that stuff. And my niece and my sister did go to that concert when it was in San Diego or LA. But I would know if I went to one of her concerts, I would maybe know three songs. But good for her. Elvis Presley, love this song. Suspicious Minds, just fantastic. Again, one that I am known to call on when it's my turn at karaoke from time to time. Love it. Another Prince song, very good. Raspberry Beret. See, that to me is a great pop song. That is a good Prince pop song. That's a good choice. Whoever put that one on the list, just fantastic. Straight Up, of course. Paula Abdul. Little John and the East Side Boys, Get Low. Now, am I confusing this with the Low song by Pitbull? Oh, I don't know if I know that one. 2003, that would have been just before I left. Yeah, I don't think I know that song. I Got You. I love James Brown. Of course, I know that one. Okay, so he's saying Freak Like Me. I do know it. So yeah. All right. John Denver, Take Me Home Country Roads. This is one of those songs, any Japanese karaoke situation you go into, you can sing Queen, Carpenters, Beatles, those three. Generally, the Japanese people will have heard the song, but this particular John Denver song, every Japanese person knows it. They know it in Japanese, but they will also know it in English because it was used in a Ghibli movie. And I do bust it out at karaoke from time to time if Japanese people are there with us. And it is a fantastic song. No problem with it being on the list. The Letter, great. I know not the Box Tops version probably as much as I know the cover by Joe Cocker. My baby just wrote me a letter. So it is a great song. At Last, Immortal song by Etta James. Great song. Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. Yep, love it. CeeLo Green before he told everybody to F off. That's a great tune. Hey Jealousy, the Jim Blossoms, underrated 90s band. They have some really great songs. This is the first big one. It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want to. Yep. Calvin Harris featuring Frank Ocean and Migos. Nope. Don't know any of those people. Don't know that song. Heard of Frank Ocean. He was on some list that Apple did recently, and his album was in like the top 10. And I was like, how can, of all time, it was their list of all time. I think the album is called Blonde. And I was like, how can this be in the top, I just didn't understand how it could be that high that quickly. Recency bias, probably, but yeah, maybe I should give him a shot if you think I should listen. Tell me, 352. Arthur Conley, Sweet Soul Music. Yep, I know that one. New Edition Candy Girl. I think I know that one. That was kind of the one of the very first like boy groups, pre NSYNC, pre Backstreet Boys, pre even uh, uh, New Kids on the Block. They were kind of a big deal. REM, top 10 band of all time for me. Losing My Religion, of course. Huge hit for them. Love it. Fergie, I know Fergalicious. I don't know if I know Glamorous though. Ludacris is a rapper. I've heard of him, but I don't know anything. Chris Cross will make you jump, jump. Yeah, I mean you couldn't escape that song in the early '90s. That lady. Oh yeah, who's that lady? Yeah. Oh no, wait. It says who's that lady? Oh, okay, so I probably know this one. Beat it, raindrops keep falling on my head. Used in Butch Cassidy, the movie Butch Cassidy. Great song. All right, how are we doing over in the chat? Okay, 6 people. Hello, 6 people. Avicii, if I said that right. 2012. Don't know what that is. Electronic. I don't know a lot about electronic music. I know Daft Punk. That's probably like is the extent of my knowledge. Yvonne Element, If I Can't Have You. Yeah, I mean, that was on the soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever, so don't feel bad if you don't know who she is, but that is a famous song. Fatboy Slim, love it. Is this the one with Praise You? Oh no, that's the other video where they're doing like the dance routine. I like the one with Christopher Walken dancing through the hotel lobby. That's fantastic. But yeah, Fatboy Slim, definitely. Sean Paul, I know he's kind of a reggaeton artist. I don't know this song though. I've heard of him though. I like reggae music. I don't know if I know much reggaeton. Simple Minds, great band for me. Top 20 band for me. They have a really great catalog that's beyond just what became popular in America. But you couldn't escape this song. It was everywhere. Part of the Breakfast Club soundtrack. All right, Smath. I mean, talk about omnipresent. And then it was used in Shrek and became a thing yet again. Tayo Cruz Dynamite. Never heard of it. That one I don't know. Captain and Tennille, love will keep us together. All right, any new comments? Nope, we're doing good. Yep. Not, I'd much rather listen to the Carpenters because Karen Carpenter's voice is transcendent. They should be on this list somewhere. But yeah, this was certainly a boppy, a spunky song. That's a good way to describe it. All right. Lisa and Cult Jam. I wonder if I take you home. I don't know that one. I'm gonna write that one down. 336. It's certainly my era, the 80s. I bet you I probably know it. I just don't remember it. See, I know who Beyonce is, of course. And I've heard of Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know a lot about her, though. I've never heard this song. If you think I should listen to it from 2020, 335. Best of My Love. 77. Wow, you're gonna have to write that down. I don't know if I know that one. I probably do, but Torn by Natalie Imbruglia. Yep. Definitely know that song. Good pop song. Carl Carlton, what a great name. Everlasting Love. Again, I don't know that one. 332. Good, I have some new music to listen to tomorrow. Okay, we're almost done here. I Got You, Babe. Classic 60s track. Sonny and Cher. Jack U with Justin Bieber. Wow, a bunch of Justin Bieber collabs here. Don't know this. Photograph. Pour Some Sugar on Me should be on here, but like I said, there's not a lot of rock on this list. Um, so there hasn't been an AC/DC song, an Aerosmith song, a Zeppelin song, you know, even some more rocky pop like In Excess and stuff we haven't seen yet. So, but anyway, yeah, okay. That is an amazing album that this song is off of. But I don't know if I would have picked that one. I probably would have picked Rock of Ages. But anyway, Ed Sheeran, sure. Baby Got Back, fantastic. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. Okay, Devonals, I Touch Myself. I don't know about the I Touch Myself. I think it kind of stays in the consciousness just because of the subject matter. I don't know if it's a great song, but I mean, I did like when uh, Austin Powers used it in one of the Austin Powers movies. Lady A, Need You Now. Nope, never heard of that. Casey and the Sunshine Band, Boogie Shoes. You could, there's, I mean, he was a hit machine for a few years, and I'm your boogeyman, boogeyman. He has like 3 songs that have the word boogie in them. But I know Boogie Shoes, of course. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Definition of a great pop song. I only want to be with you. Yes. I guess whenever I think of Dusty, I always think of Preacher Man, but this is a good song too. 60, 64. E featuring Gwen Stefani, Let Me Blow Your Mind. I was a big No Doubt fan. I don't know a lot about Gwen's solo stuff. I mean, I know Hollaback Girl. I mean, some of them were so huge. I don't feel like I know this one, but I probably do. I'm gonna write that one down. All right. Katy Perry. I know Fireworks. Hot and Cold. I don't think I know that one. Eminem, of course. Not a huge fan. I respect him a lot, but it's just not music that I would play a lot on if it was on on the radio in a friend's car. So I'm not going to be like, oh, let's can we change the channel or anything? But yeah, just I don't have a lot of Eminem in my personal collection. I'm Not in Love, great kind of more vibing song, I think. 10cc. All right, we're getting down to the last few here. All right, nobody's over in the comments, so we're okay. Return of the Mac, 97. Yeah, I don't know that one. I'm gonna write that one down. Just sort of reading some of the description. That was before I moved to Japan. Go-Go's. Yet I knew there had to be a Go-Go song. Our Lips Are Sealed, great. Natalie Cole from 75. This Will Be. Oh, hugging and squeezing and kissing and pleasing together forever. Ah, yeah, of course I know that song. This will be. Yeah, okay. An everlasting love. Jennifer Lopez, Jenny from the Block. Yeah, of course. Centerfold by the J. Giles Band. Great, great slice of 80s pop. Na, 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 na. The Middle, Jimmy Eat World. I remember that one. It was kind of right as grunge was taking hold. Wilson Phillips, Mom Rock. But hey, it's a good song by all the Nepo babies in that group. DJ Khaled featuring a whole bunch of people. All I Do Is Win. Now, I've heard of him. I know him from that one time he went on Hot Ones and didn't want to do the show. Of course, I know who Snoop Dogg is, but I've never heard this song. I don't know anything about DJ Khaled, other than I've heard he doesn't sing, actually. He always just gets other people. Windy, great 60s tune. Yep, know that one. Okay, here's Hollaback Girl. Yeah, she gets a lot of heat for this cultural appropriation, but I think over here in Japan they kind of appreciate it. But anyway, that's a great track. You can't say anything bad about Hollaback Girl. It's just Kiss from. I mean, come on, that should be way higher. 308 for a Kiss from a Rose. That is a fantastic ballad. Probably in my top 100. I think that's. I really like Seal in general, but that is a great song. Well, and talking about another great song, I heard it through the grapevine. Whole bunch of different versions of this. Marvin Gaye's version is fantastic. He's got to be on here a bunch more times. Jay-Z, Big Pimpin'. I think I want to listen to that. I don't know that I know it. I do know some Jay-Z. That one he did with Alicia Keys is New York or something. Big Pimpin'. I don't know if I know that one. Sledgehammer. Sadly, that's probably going to be the only Peter Gabriel song on this list. But he has so many great ones. I mean, I'm a huge Peter Gabriel fan. He's top 20 for me. Artist. But yeah, I mean, you can't deny the power of that song and how huge it was in '86. And that's it, right? Oh no, we got four more. Under the Boardwalk, great song. View from Shaft, sure. Hey, shut your mouth. So we go from Isaac Hayes' theme from Shaft, which is this iconic 70s song, to Hey There, Delilah. Why do I know that song? It's 2007. I don't know. It must have been used in something. But yeah, I like that song. Okay, and it went to number one. Look at that. So, all right, last one. Oh, your love keeps lifting me higher. Yep, great song. Okay, so there we go. Stop sharing. So that was the top 200 from 500 to 300. And tomorrow night I'll get on here and I'll do 299 to 101, and then we'll do the top 100 on Sunday, probably on Sunday afternoon. So it'll be more Saturday evening, or whatever it ends up being. But anyway, tomorrow night I will come back and we'll do more. So if you're interested, or you can just watch these as videos. Thank you to the few people that came by. Thank you to Mike. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. And yep, about an hour is perfect. And like I said, we'll do two more and spend maybe a little bit more time. Some of those songs were criminally low. Mike says, I agree. Definitely some of them should have been way higher. On my list, they certainly would be. But this is kind of what I wanted to do. I just wanted to go through. I wanted to see how many songs I hadn't even heard of. And there was a bunch. But mostly the songs I didn't know. You know, my list ended up being about 20 that I want to check out out of that 200. Most of them are from after like I said, I moved to Japan. And maybe there's some good songs in there. I don't know. But I'm guessing not so many. I don't really feel like I'm missing out too much on Justin Bieber songs and stuff like that. Nicki Minaj, you know, she might be great. She's, old white guy, not necessarily. But anyway, okay. Thanks for watching the first installment. See you tomorrow night for part 2. Take care. Peace.